here to introduce you guys to Grimguard Tactics. This is a brand new turn-based tabletop strategy game that just launched on all mobile devices. Now, I've really been enjoying playing the game, and I want to take you through all of it so you know exactly what it has to offer. But before I do, I want to thank Grimguard Tactics for sponsoring today's video, and I urge you to download the game using my code in the description of this video. It supports my channel, so thank you. So basically what we're looking at here is a story-driven dark fantasy strategy RPG game. I know that's a mouthful, but it is definitely a ton of fun with a bunch of different heroes that you can utilize. And as you can see, we already have some really solid heroes, and this one's name is Echo, so of course I'm gonna love this one. All the different heroes have different abilities and gear that you can utilize and upgrade for them along the way, and of course they have all of their different abilities that make them special and make them have their spot on the tabletop battlefield as you progress on through, as you're soon gonna see. And as you can see, you have your village here on the main screen. It has your heroes, your arena, the shop, hospital, dungeon, recruit, guild, and the forge. Let's dive into recruit really quickly because look, we can get ourselves some new champions as well. Let's choose this one and see what the entire mechanic looks like. I love the gacha mechanic in all of these games, and it does look really sweet here. Looks like we picked up the militia archer, and we actually have him already. Let's see if we can get anything else right here. Let's see what we pull on our second pull. Again, a mechanic inside of the game, really nice animations, and as you can tell, the art style here, oh, hello, Yori. Hello. The art style here is very comic book looking, very cartoon looking, vibrant in color. I absolutely love it, and been quite enjoying it as we play along. Let's actually recruit over here as well. Let's see what we can grab, just going through all the different types of recruitment so you can kind of see the different type of heroes that we can unlock as they come out of the stagecoach. Tova is a hero priestess, a new one that I have yet to unlock. Look at that, she has that tome on top of her staff. Wonder what she looks, an exorcist. Interesting. So for our first battle, we're gonna dive into the dungeons, and you can see what this looks like. And as you can see, we already have a dungeon in progress where I chose some of my stronger heroes to take into the battle. We're gonna go to the next stage of the dungeon. Now, something really cool here that this game offers that we don't see in many others is when a hero gets killed 3 times in battle, you need to send them to the hospital so they can recover. To get into the dungeons, you're gonna use torches so that you can go as far as you can get inside of those dungeons. And keep in mind, if your players are inside of the dungeon, they can't be used for the campaign until they complete that dungeon or until you end it early. And of course, dungeons have some great incentive rewards like tomes, you have stamina, you even have other things like gold, etc. inside of there, so they're really worth playing. Let's progress to the next stage of this dungeon, obviously progressively getting more difficult as you go. The cool thing about this is all of these stages have interactive elements within the board, the level itself. Things that can do damage to other players, things that are going to enable you to heal yourself or give your team buffs. It's really a cool way to manipulate the gameplay based off of what the board has to offer, not only the abilities and skills of your heroes. And it looks like we have one of the boss stages to get through right now, so she's going to be a little bit more difficult. And as you can see, lots of things that we can interact with, things that can do damage, but it wasn't even needed because we completely crushed. And that's because our team is fairly well leveled and their gear is getting leveled up as well. As you can see, level 22, 17, 25, 22, and a level 20 healer there as well. You can even get some information about each of these champions so you can understand a bit more of what they're doing. You could upgrade their gear if you want to get gear up to the next level. It's going to allow you to just strengthen them as they go. And you have these subclasses which are going to basically be and act as skill trees to progress your character and allow them to act differently in the battles that you're engaging in. It offers a lot of customization, which I like. Now, inside of the arena, we could do a little bit of PvP action, which is always a lot of fun. Notice you can see the levels of the opponents that you could potentially go against. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose to go against someone that's a little weaker than me just to make sure I pull in a victory here. Let's go into a battle. Oh, here we go. We're getting our choices here. Let's choose this guy right up top. This is the team that I have selected. They have a fairly strong team selected as well. Let's see how we can do here. I'm gonna keep it on auto for this battle, but I always like interaction in PvP settings. Build out my team and allow that team to really work well and be able to synergize well to take down the opponent. Let's throw this on auto and see if we can win it just like that. Of course, if you don't want to do auto, you can totally do this manually yourself, which in some cases is essential so that you can progress through the next stages of the game. All right, we got our guy in the middle. He's taking a lot of damage. More damage than I like to see. Let's see what we can get going on here. All right, there we go. We're taking damage also going over those flames. Getting burnt as we walk through them. It's as if they have stone shoes on. They don't feel the flame. Now, we did lose one of our guys right there. We will win the battle, though, and that's going to be a victory for us inside of the arena. That's what I like to see, and our rank will increase as we go up. You could also break down the stats so you could see who did what, how much tanking, how much damage did they do, and you could really modify and adjust your team as you go based off of those stats. It looks like we already got some rewards just for doing that competition right there. Speaking of, lots of rewards are here to be had inside of the game. There's login rewards all over the place. There's different things that you can claim for doing different battles inside of the game as well, all that are going to help progress your account and get you more and more stronger champions along the way. We're also summoning our shards right now. Let's see what we can get out of these pulls. It's another way that you can get yourself new heroes. Let's see who we get out of these. I do have quite a few shards in my bag. We got Theory, the hero enchantress. I have a whole bunch of these. Let's do a 10 lot. We're gonna use 600 of these. We're gonna summon 10 different heroes right now. And this is who, oh, look at this. We did pick up some new ones. I believe this guy right here is one of the new ones. Barbarian, an aggressive tank hero. Love that. And I think that she's new as well. A tactical melee hero. Notice you can get duplicates of heroes as well, which you can then use to upgrade other heroes when you get to those phases, which is a similar tactic that you're probably used to. And at the end of the day, a big element of this game is that it is a hero collector. This is a game where you're going to want to get as many heroes as you can and really have the variety and the wealth of heroes that are offered inside of the game. And I would anticipate that as time goes on, more heroes will be introduced to the game, and we're going to probably want all of them because we're collectors. Now, as you can see, a couple of my heroes here, they have these red dashes on them. This means that they need to be rested. So I'm going to rest my archer, and I'm going to rest my shields maiden as well. It takes a little bit of time. You can use bandages, which you get some for free every single day, and then that'll allow them to get back into battle. You can also unlock additional hospital slots as you go. And now inside of the Forge, we're going to be doing some upgrades that give us the ability to upgrade our characters, our heroes' levels of their gear and weapons. You get rewarded for all of your progress along the way. And notice over here in the guild, it shares with you all the champions that you've unlocked. All my heroes are here, and you can get all the details of them. And as you read through those details, well, you get yourself rubies, which is always nice. It takes you, so it kind of entices you to go through a little bit of the lore, or to just click through and collect your rewards, because these are the premium currency in the game that you can use to, well, to buy other things. And inside of the shop, of course, there are things that we can come in here and purchase, some with in-game currency and some with the more premium currency. That'll help you progress throughout the game, giving you tomes, shards, and all different things so that you can, get more heroes, upgrade more heroes, and get stronger. In addition, we have this campaign map, which takes us through a whole story with lore and with battles along the way that are going to allow you, well, to both test out your might to see how well you work with your champions, as well as learn more about the game and what it actually is all about. Let's see if we can come on in here and get into a battle. And as you can see right now, I'm trying to go into a battle, but it's giving me these, looks like tombstones, but they're actually dungeon doors. My primary heroes are all inside of a dungeon right now, so I can't utilize them inside of the campaign. That's not ideal. So what we're going to want to do is either complete our dungeon, or we're going to want to pull them out of the dungeon so that we can then embark on more of the campaign. And as you can see, there are many different stages of this dungeon, all giving you more and better rewards as you progress through it. We could make our way all the way through Chamber 30, but I also want you to see what the campaign looks like, and I want to do it with some of my heroes that are actually the ones I've invested in, the resources into to make them actually quite strong. So I'm probably going to pull out of the dungeon after this round. Not probably optimal for you to do if you're playing, but just so I can give you an example of campaign as well. As you can see, we get rewards every single time. It's so hard for me to stop, right? When I'm doing so well in the dungeon, it's hard to pull my guys out of a battle where they're seeing so much success. So I'll do this, we'll throw it on auto, and I'll take a sip of my coffee. Now, as I mentioned, this just landed on iOS and on Android. It's available to play for free, and my link is what gets you the hookup, and it takes care of my channel as well, so I appreciate you guys doing that. So I'm actually going to retreat from the dungeon. We are now out of the dungeon, and we are going to go back to the campaign so we can get into the campaign battle. Now that we're here, as you can see, our champions are ready. Our heroes are ready to go, and they can get into this fight. Oh, I got a hero resting. Those two are resting. So I'm going to actually try a hero that I've never used before. This guy, Mac. He's got a strike on him as well. We'll see how well. He's actually under leveled. Let's see if we can pull him out. Can we? This one's under leveled as well. We'll go with Mac. Try him out. We're going to keep it on auto. And I want you to kind of look at the game board. This definitely mixes a tabletop style strategy game with a turn-based strategy battler game. Definitely merges the two worlds, and as you can see, many different interaction points. You have the lava on the map that's going to make you burn in the lava, take damage. You have this crate that you can then kick against other enemies and do damage to them. You have healing nodes, you have other nodes, you have nodes that are going to be able to help you and really give buffs to your team as you go. It's our job as the player to understand what all of our heroes can do, what their abilities are, and how they can move throughout the map, and give them and put them in the best situations, in the best positions to be successful so that we can progress. And as you can see, we're about to progress through this stage right here. Let's make sure, look, a little healing went to the whole team. Now we're going to room number 2 because this is a 3-room setup. Beat room 1, go to room 2, beat room 2, go to room 3, and then hopefully you beat that one too. Remember, if we do get that red strike, we have to throw them in the hospital. That player would be out of commission for the time that they are in the hospital, unless if we want to use those bandages. But right now, we have good team synergy, and we're pushing nicely through these teams. And now that we're getting into these battles, you'll notice that there are different colors for the different heroes. Certain colors are stronger against other colors, and certain colors are weaker against others as well. That makes sense. Blue is the order, and they're strong against red, which is chaos. Red, chaos, is strong against green, which is might. And green might is strong against blue, which is order. You see how the triangle works? And we just got to level up from that, some good rewards as well. Let's just progress to the next battle. It's important that we customize our team too. You can't just throw any champions in there. Heroes don't all synergize well together. You want to make sure that you're putting the teams together that actually can do damage together, so you're getting the most and getting through the stages more quickly and taking less damage to your team. And right here, we're about to get ourselves through stage 1. The team is fully intact, and let's see if we get any going from one room to the next. You do get a health buff, so you're going to get a little bit of an increase in health as you go from one stage to the next. This room, pretty light on enemies, but right here, we got a bunch of ranged ones and one shielded. So let's see how well they can do back there as we try and drop the damage. We've taken down 2. I love the burn that we get out of our archer. Does some really solid damage and continual damage as well. And again, as you play the game, you progress, you learn more and more about the heroes that you're using. You're not going to know day 1 what all the heroes do and all the little intricacies of them and how you build out their trees. That's something that comes with time. And there we go, pulling in another 3-star victory, and we can return to the map because progress has been made. You get bonuses for logging in every single day and rewards, as I mentioned, throughout the entire game. So I think I did a decent job here today, giving you an overview of Grimguard Tactics. Strategic, RPG-style tabletop gameplay that's very new to the scene. PvP arena we can engage in, the hero collection element to the game that a lot of us really do become addicted to and love. Customization, being able to take our team and make them the team that works best for us so that synergy is there. Also, big boss battles that are a lot of fun to get through and that give you large rewards for doing it. Having your town completely built out so that all elements of the game are unlocked over time. And if you want to, like I'm doing right now, you can even do the idle AFK feature, which is really nice. If you want to play this game, shh, while you're at work, don't tell your boss. At the end of the day, Grimguard Tactics is just a lot of fun to play. I want to thank them again for sponsoring today's video, and if you guys saw this and said, yeah, I need to play that, please use my link in the description because it does support my channel and I appreciate that from you guys. Now after you start playing, drop into the comments and tell me which hero is your favorite.